Among the many incarnations of DC's premier superhero team, few are as debated, unconventional, and fascinating as Justice League Detroit. Emerging in the mid-1980s, this version of the league marked a dramatic shift away from the traditional lineup of icons and toward a street-level roster built around new faces, diverse backgrounds, and grounded storytelling. While controversial at the time, Justice League Detroit has since gained a cult following for its ambition and unique place in DC Comics history. By 1984, DC Comics was experimenting with ways to revitalize its flagship team book. The core heroes who traditionally defined the Justice League were increasingly occupied with solo titles, leaving room for a creative overhaul. Writers Jerry Conway and J.M. DeMatteis, along with artist Chuck Patton, introduced a radical idea: relocate the team from its satellite headquarters and rebuild the roster from the ground up. The league established its new base in Detroit, operating out of an abandoned warehouse that doubled as both headquarters and community hub. The change in setting symbolized the new direction: less cosmic grandeur, more urban grit and personal drama. Unlike earlier incarnations stacked with DC's most famous heroes, Justice League Detroit blended veterans with newcomers. This mix created a mentorship dynamic while allowing lesser-known characters to step into the spotlight. Leadership fell to Aquaman, who spearheaded the league's restructuring after growing frustrated with the team's lack of cohesion. Alongside him were established heroes like Martian Manhunter, Zatanna, and Elongated Man, providing experience and credibility. The heart of the Detroit experiment, however, was its younger roster. Characters such as Vixen, Steel, Vibe, and Gypsy brought fresh perspectives and personal struggles that shaped the team's narrative focus. Justice League Detroit differed from earlier league stories in tone and scale. Rather than world-ending threats and cosmic battles dominating every issue, the series often centered on interpersonal conflict, identity, and the challenges of forming a cohesive team. Characters grappled with issues rarely explored in mainstream superhero books of the era. Vibe's background as a streetwise teen, Gypsy's struggles with trust and belonging, and Steel's complex journey as a cybernetically enhanced hero all contributed to a more humanized team dynamic. The Detroit setting reinforced this grounded approach, emphasizing community connections and real-world stakes alongside superhero action.
Hey dark-themed comics fans! Are you ready to take your love for comics and pop culture to the next level? Introducing DTC Shop, your ultimate destination for custom-designed t-shirts and awesome digital comics. Whether you're into horror icons, anime legends, or the dark and gritty world of the boys, we've got something for every fan. Our high-quality, 100% cotton tees let you wear your fandom with pride, while our digital comics bring you epic stories you'll be hard-pressed to find anywhere else. So why wait? Head over to DTC Shop now and gear up with the coolest merch and some of the most underrated comics in the game. Because being a fan isn't just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. And now, our feature presentation.
This character-first storytelling anticipated later trends in comics, where emotional depth and team relationships became central to ensemble titles. At the time of publication, Justice League Detroit was divisive. Some readers missed the traditional lineup of DC heavyweights, while others appreciated the attempt to diversify the roster and explore new storytelling territory. Sales challenges eventually led to the end of the Detroit era, paving the way for later reinventions of the Justice League. In retrospect, however, Justice League Detroit has gained renewed appreciation. Fans and historians now view it as a bold experiment that expanded the league's narrative possibilities. It spotlighted underused characters, explored themes of identity and teamwork, and demonstrated that the Justice League concept could evolve beyond its iconic core. The Detroit era also served as an early step toward greater diversity in superhero teams, helping pave the way for later ensemble books that prioritized representation and character-driven storytelling. Justice League Detroit stands as a reminder that even the most established superhero teams benefit from reinvention. By stepping away from tradition and embracing a new setting and roster, DC Comics created a version of the League that felt experimental, personal, and uniquely reflective of its time. Though often overshadowed by flashier incarnations, this Detroit-based lineup remains an important chapter in the Justice League's history. It demonstrated that heroism isn't defined by fame or power level alone. Sometimes it's forged in overlooked places, among heroes still finding their way. For readers exploring DC's vast team history, Justice League Detroit offers a compelling look at what happens when legends step aside and a new generation rises to carry the torch.